What's up, buddy? It's What the Gin, and that's right. In this live stream, I'm ranking all the Bon Jovi studio albums as of 2024, as well as revealing my top 10 songs by Bon Jovi. But I'm doing this live stream on my own, so we'll go ahead and start in a few moments. I'll just give my overall thoughts on the band Bon Jovi and my history with them. So when I was growing up, they were one of my favorite bands. My mum and dad loved listening to Bon Jovi. They'd seen him in concert 3 times. I saw him one. I've seen him once in concert, and that was at Hyde Park in London. I think it was 2014. I think a lot of it was, or is it 2000? It was 2013, 2014, around that time. And yeah, when I was younger, they were one of my favorite bands of all time, and they definitely are up there now. I don't listen to them as much as I used to, but there were a few albums I hadn't heard before when I got to them recently, and now I've heard all the Bon Jovi albums. And this year, 2024, is a good year to do it, as the latest Bon Jovi album has been released a few months ago. That's the album Forever, and also the Bon Jovi documentary was this year as well. And I really love the documentary. Highly recommend to watch it if you're a fan of Bon Jovi, and if you've got Disney Plus, that's what you can go ahead and watch it on. So, well, I'll get to my ranking of the Bon Jovi albums, and I'll reveal my top 10 songs of theirs. I was originally going to do this on Tier Maker, but I decided to just go ahead and rank it not on Tier Maker. I just thought I'd do that for a change, because when I did a Beatles live stream like this, I did do Tier Maker, and I thought I'll change it up this time, and I won't do it on Tier Maker. So, my least favorite Bon Jovi studio album is from 1985, and it's the album 7,800 Degree Fahrenheit. I still think it's a very good album, but there's just no Bon Jovi song on this album I choose to revisit. To me, the stand-up, my favorite track on the album is In and Out of Love, the first track, but none of the other tracks really stand out to me. I suppose the song Tokyo Road does, not because I like the song, but it's because the creepy part at the beginning of the song sort of makes it memorable. But yeah, I think it's a very good, very strong Bon Jovi album, but just no really amazing track on there. No track I choose to revisit, which is why it's my least favourite. But if you watch the documentary, it seemed that they weren't the biggest fan of the album either. So, then I'll get to my number 15, which this was the album that I saw them. This is the album. What it means when I saw them on tour, this is the album they were touring with, and it's the album What About Now, which, yeah, I think it's a very good album. I give Fahrenheit 7.5. I'd give this one a 7.75, so I like it slightly more. However, it's a double album, and in my opinion, there's not a double album's worth of quality here. The standout tracks are the first track, Because We Can. Amen's a good one. That's What the Water Made Me. Yeah, they're the ones that stand out to me, but the problem is they're all on the first disc. It's none of the really memorable tracks are even on the second disc. So I think if this was just one, if this was just a one record Bon Jovi album, not two, it probably would. There's a chance it could maybe be in the top 10. But as it stands, it's only my number. I think it's only number 15, because it is a double album. I don't think there's a double album's worth of strong songs on it. But if I had to pick a favourite track, it would be That's What the Water Made Me. So I get to my number 14, which is one of the latest Bon Jovi albums. It's the album from 2020 called 2020. Yeah, I think it's a great album. I give it 8 out of 10. I think it's a solid Bon Jovi album. There's not a huge amount of tracks I'd revisit. Limitless is a good album opener. Story of Love's really good. But my favourite is probably the song Do What You Can, which I remember seeing a video of that when it was middle of COVID. I think that's probably my favourite song on the album. But I do think maybe the album's quite long. It's 48 minutes for 10 tracks. So I think maybe it could be just 5-6 minutes shorter. I think it is a little bit on the longer side. I think because of that, it's not a really high Bon Jovi album for me. I think it might have been, if it was a little bit shorter, maybe a couple more tracks on it I'd choose to revisit in replacement of some of the tracks on the album. But yeah, I think overall it's a solid Bon Jovi album. I give it 8 out of 10. And number 13 is another one of the latest Bon Jovi albums. That is the album This House Is Not For Sale from 2018. But I think this one's really great. I give it 8.5 out of 10. I've heard it all the way through a couple of times. There are quite a few tracks I would go back to, such as the title track, Living with the Ghost. I think that one's very underrated. I love the music video for both of those songs. The song Roller Coaster, New Year's Day is really good. Yeah, so I think it's quite a lot of really excellent songs in here. But again, just like with What About Now, it's a double album. However, because the songs are stronger on this one, I don't really knock it down much for that. It'd probably be an 8.75 or a 9 if it wasn't a double album. But because it is, I'm going to give it an 8.5. My number 12 is the first Bon Jovi album, subtitled, from 1984. This one I also give an 8.5 out of 10. So you've got the track Runaway, one of the more iconic songs. Probably is my favourite song on the album, as well as another song, You Don't Know Me. I really like the music video of both of those songs as well. I really like the song Roulette. Burning for Love's a really good one. So yeah, I think it's a really great debut album. Yeah, I'd say half the album I might revisit. There's only 9 tracks on the album, and it's just under 40 minutes as well. But I just like other Bon Jovi albums more, and I think there were some that I think, yeah, I don't think it's an excellent album. All the rest of the ones I'll be talking about, I think are excellent. Yeah, it's my mum's favourite band. Yeah, she's seen them 3 times in concert. That's the band she's seen the most in concert. If they toured around the UK again, I'm sure we would see them again in concert. But we'll get to my number 11, which is one of the more underrated Bon Jovi albums. It's from 2009, and it's the album The Circle. And I give this album a 9 out of 10. I think it's an excellent album. There's some really great deep cuts on here. I don't ever have a favourite. Misunderstood's up there, like the video for that one. That was the only song I knew going into it. And the first track, Undivided, is really good. But yeah, Probably Misunderstood is my favourite song on the album. It's one I'm most familiar with. And a bit like the 2020 album, I think this could be a couple tracks shorter. It's 49 minutes for 12 tracks. I think maybe 9 or 10 tracks would have been better. But I still highly recommend that album if you've not heard it and you're a Bon Jovi fan. So number 10. Number 9 is Burning Bridges from 2015. Another underrated Bon Jovi album. I also give this one a 9 out of 10. Teardrop to the Sea, in my opinion, is one of the best Bon Jovi album openers. I think that song's fantastic. Also, Saturday Night Gave Me Sunday Morning, which is my favourite song on the album. But I love Blind Love. I think that was a beautiful track. Same goes for Fingerprints. I think that one's really good. And Life is Beautiful, although the intro for it sounds just like the intro for A Teardrop to the Sea. I think Burning Bridges is a fun song to close the album with. So yeah, I think it's a really strong Bon Jovi album. And yeah, I think it deserves to be a 9 out of 10, in my opinion. Number 8 is the latest Bon Jovi album called Forever from 2024. I give this one 9.25 out of 10. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, considering it is 48 minutes for 12 tracks. But yeah, I was surprised with how many songs I liked on the album. My favourite, though, is the first track, Legendary. Again, I love it's another Bon Jovi music video. It has another Bon Jovi music video I really like. But also another song, Kiss the Bride. That was a beautiful song. Also the song Walls of Jericho. That one's very catchy. I Wrote You a Song is very good. and so is my first guitar and Hollow Man. Yeah, and I think it was I was pleasantly surprised with how good the album was. If you've not heard it and you like Bon Jovi, I recommend it. I was surprised with how good it was. Yeah, hold on. Just want to the same thing twice. Yeah. Right. So I'll now get to my number. What number I'm on? I'm on number 7. That's the album Have a Nice Day from 2005. I give this one a 9.25. In fact, quite a few of these now I'd give a 9.25. My favourites on this one are the title track, She Said You Can't Go Home, Wildflower, Last Cigarette, uh, Story of My Life. You said you can't go home, I've already mentioned. But my favourite song on the album is the song Wildflower. Although Last Cigarette is definitely up there. And yeah, I remember when I heard the album quite recently for the first time all the way through. I was quite blown away with how many fantastic songs never heard on the album before. But that's for number 7. But number 6, so we're leaving my top 5. But number 6 is the Bon Jovi album I've probably heard the most, and that's Lost Highway from 2007. Done a 9.25 out of 10 album. It's the most country sounding album. So because of that, it might not appeal to everyone, but luckily I'm a fan of country music, so it appeals to me. So I'm trying to find the album on Spotify so I can find the track list. But you got a title track, Lost Highway, which is excellent. In fact, the first 4 tracks are Lost Highway, Summertime, If You Want to Make a Memory, A Whole Lot of Leaving. I mean, there's some of the better Bon Jovi songs I've heard there. We Got It Going On is good. It's not one of the standout tracks for me, though. Any Other Day, I think, is fantastic. Definitely standout track. So is Seat Next to You. That one's really awesome. And One Step Closer, I really like. And yeah, I think overall, it's another excellent Bon Jovi album. Could be a couple songs shorter because it is nearly 50 minutes. It's 49 minutes, but yeah, I still think it's a really awesome album. That's a good top 3 there, Dad. 2 of them are not spoken about yet. But number 5 is the album from 2000. The last one I give a 9.25 to, and that's the album Crush, which is sort of their comeback album. So I'll try and find the information on Crush. There we go. So It's My Life, my favourite track on the album. That's the first track. Say It Isn't So, I really love as well, though. Next 100 Years, that one's awesome. Save the World, I think, is really good. Yeah, I think all the songs on Crush are really good. It is 58 minutes, so for 12 songs, but to me, I didn't really feel the runtime listening to this. But I think I did listen to it in a couple of days, though. But yeah, I think it's full of some fantastic deep cuts and some fantastic hits and minor hits for Bon Jovi. Yeah, I think overall, it's an excellent album. And I think if it was a little bit shorter, it could be a top 3 Bon Jovi album for me. It's that good. Thank You for Loving Me. I just realised that's on the album. That's a standout track. Right, so my number 4 is my number 4 and number 3 are both the albums from the 90s they did. Number 4 though is These Days from 1995. I give this one a 9.5. To me, I've only really got one problem with it. It's too long. Every single song might be fantastic on the album, but it's too long. Here we go. Wrong album. Here we go. It's 12 songs and it's over an hour long. So I think it was 8 or 9 tracks. This could have been definitely the top 3 Bon Jovi album because we've got so many fantastic songs here. You've got Hey God, Something for the Pain, my favourite song on the album. This Ain't a Love Song, These Days. My Guitar Lies Beating in My Arms. Something to Believe In. In my opinion, the first half of it, that's one of the best Bon Jovi songs you're ever going to hear. Second half isn't quite as good. I think if some of those songs were gone, this would be an even higher rated Bon Jovi album. And that's the last Bon Jovi album I had to listen to all the way through. So I'll get to my top. I think we're top three. Yeah, we're top three Bon Jovi albums. The number three is Keep the Faith from 1992. Another 9.5 out of 10 album. Same problems with these days. Too long of an album. I mean, it's the case. A lot of these Bon Jovi albums, they are quite long albums. I think I'd like if a lot of these were shortened by a bit. But this was 12 songs, an hour and 5 minutes. You've got I Believe, that's the standout track. Keep the Faith, the title track. In These Arms, my favourite song on the album. Better Roses, another beautiful song, because In These Arms is a beautiful track. Dry County, their longest song, but it's a really epic 9-minute track. Yeah, and I think the rest of the songs after that are really good, but not as good as the other songs I mentioned. But yeah, that's the thoughts of Keep the Faith. Some of the most iconic songs are on that album. So, we'll now get to the top two Bon Jovi albums. Which one's the number two? Which one's the number one? So I've not mentioned New Jersey or Slippery When Wet yet. But my number two is New Jersey. Used to be number one, but it's number two now. That's from 1988. 9.5. Close to being 9.75. But again, it's too long. I think a couple of tracks, I think really would have made this one, yeah, a 9.75 album. Because you've got Born to Be My Baby, Blood on Blood, Wild as the Wind, Stick to Your Guns, I'll Be There For You. My mum's favourite song of all time. Yeah. Some of the best Bon Jovi songs are on this. Love for Sale, I think it's a fun song. And I think Cowboy Ride is a very short song, but I do think it's quite fun. And yeah, I think it's one of the better rock albums I've heard in this time period. It's just a little long, which is why it's not my favourite Bon Jovi album. And my favourite one is just the right length. You can see it behind me. It's the album Slippery When Wet. That's my favourite Bon Jovi album. Probably the most well-known album, the most successful one. From 1986. This one's a 9.75 out of 10. So, let's start. I'll go through every single track. So, Let It Rock, really excellent album opener. You Can Love a Bad Name, one of the most iconic songs. It's a classic. So is Living on a Prayer. It's got one of my favourite rock music videos as well. Yeah, it's definitely the best track on the album. Social Disease, I think, is really great. Wanted Dead or Alive, I think, is fantastic. So Road of Hands is a real anthem, sort of catchy song. Without Love, I think, is really good. I'd Die For You, he's probably my least favourite track on the album. Either that or Social Disease, but I still think they're both really great. Never Say Goodbye, fantastic song. And Wild in the Streets, one of the more catchy and anthemic songs on the album. 10 tracks, 43 minutes long. Doesn't overstay its welcome. Maybe you could get rid of one track, it would be a 10 out of 10 album, but no, it's a 9.75. I think it's an excellent album, one of the better 80s rock albums I've heard. In fact, it'd be my top 5 favourite 80s rock albums. So now my thoughts on all the Bon Jovi albums. I think they're all worth checking out, but those top 3 though. Yeah, that's some of my favourite Bon Jovi songs on those 3 albums. But we'll now reveal my favourite Bon Jovi songs. I've got a top 15 here, so I'll quickly go through them. Then I'll go in depth in my top 10 Bon Jovi songs. So I've actually got 16 here. So honorable mention to a top 15. It's Say It Isn't So. But number 15 is Wildflower. 14, I Believe. 13, Any Other Day. 12, A Teardrop to the Sea. And number 11, Wanted, Dead or Alive. So now I'll get to my top 10 Bon Jovi songs. My number 10 is the latest Bon Jovi song that's on the list. And that's the song from the Forever album. The first track, Legendary. Yeah, I think when I first heard it, I thought, yeah, this is really great. But upon re-listening to the song, Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I think it's that fantastic because I'm a top 10 Bon Jovi songs. I think it's got all you want in the Bon Jovi song. You could say at first it's just a run of a mill Bon Jovi song, but I think it's still one of the best songs they've done though. And it's really catchy, especially with the chorus. Really excellent instrumentation as well. But I love that it references like Sweet Caroline in the song Brown Eyed Girl. Yeah, I like the references. A couple of songs there. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic Bon Jovi song. What else can I really say? But my number 9 is my favorite track from these days, and that's Something for the Pain, which is one of my favorite. It's one of my mum's favorite Bon Jovi songs. Yeah, I love Something for the Pain. Yeah, I think it's got a really awesome chorus to the song. The chorus is probably the standout of the song. Um, but now I get to my number 8. Number 8 is one of the more beautiful ballads, one of the more fantastic ballads they've done. That's the song Bed of Roses. Yeah, I love Bed of Roses. It's one of those typical Bon Jovi songs that starts quite quiet and then builds up, especially with the vocals. Uh, that's what's number 8. That's from Keep the Faith. On number 7, it's Saturday Night, Give Me Sunday Morning. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant Bon Jovi song. Fun fact about the Burning Bridges album that a lot of those songs were they were demos of previous songs. Yeah, there were demos from songs on other Bon Jovi albums, but they finally probably recorded them for that album. And yeah, Saturday Night Give Me Sunday Morning is my favorite track from Burning Bridges. It's one of the more catchier songs that get stuck in your head. I mean, but all these songs I mentioned, all my favorite Bon Jovi songs are all very catchy. Yeah, I really love that song. And number 6 is their most iconic song, their most well-known song. That's "Living on a Prayer." Had to make it somewhere in my top 10. And yeah, it's an iconic song, iconic for a reason. Lovely walk, like the wow wow part, the part on it. Yeah, this is one that builds up, and I love the lyrics about Tommy and Gina, and yeah, the instrumentation, the guitar work. Yeah, it's a classic 80s rock song. And number 5 is "In These Arms," my favourite song from Keep the Faith. I think it's a beautiful song. Definitely, it's another one of the Bon Jovi songs that starts off quite quiet, ends quite loud and in your face, which I really like that about it. But yeah, John Bon Jovi really belts out with the vocals on that one. That's probably the highlight. But number 4 is "I'll Be There for You," my favourite song from New Jersey. My mum's favourite song of all time. I love his guitar playing. I think Richard Sambor is playing his guitar on this, but I love his guitar work and his vocals. With John Bon Jovi, they both harmonise excellently here. And yeah, I think it's just a perfect rock song. What else can I really say? But my number 3, which used to be my favourite Bon Jovi song and used to be up there as one of my favourite songs of all time, that's "It's My Life," the opening track from Crush. And yeah, my favourite song from Crush. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic song. I love the music video to it. And yeah, it's one of the more iconic songs as well. The chorus is one of the more catchier choruses they've ever done. In fact, it might be the catchiest chorus they've done. I love that it references Frank Sinatra in the chorus as well. But yeah, that's my number 3. My number 2 is my favourite song from New Jersey. That's "Blood on Blood." It used to be my favourite Bon Jovi song. That was my second favourite. I think the reason why it's not my favourite is because it is quite a long song. It's over 6 minutes. So because that, I don't revisit it as much as my favourite, as the other Bon Jovi song I've not mentioned yet. But yeah, I love "Blood on Blood." That's the lyrics, instrumentation, the vocals. Yeah, it's just got everything I look for in an 80s rock song. And it's one of the best songs that the Bon Jovi have ever done, in my opinion. But my number 1 is from the Lost Highway album. That's the song "You Want to Make a Memory," which, yeah, it's always been one of my favourite Bon Jovi songs, but now it is my favourite. I think it's a beautiful song. I love the soft rock instrumentation, the country sounding instrumentation as well. The lyrics and the vocals. One of my favorite lines in it is, "You can steal a piece of time." It's certainly something like that. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant song, brilliantly produced song. Yeah, I love the vocals on it. The backing vocals are fantastic as well. Yeah, I just think it's a brilliant song. Everything about it is perfect in my opinion. But yeah, they're all my thoughts on the Bon Jovi albums and my favorite Bon Jovi songs. So for people watching, please let me know if you like what Bon Jovi albums you like and your favorite Bon Jovi songs. Just anything about Bon Jovi. Put in the comments. If you're not a fan of Bon Jovi, maybe not put a hateful comment. Just say you're not a fan of Bon Jovi, but you watch this live stream anyway. As long as there's a respectful comment about Bon Jovi, or just a respectful comment in general. Yeah. And it is my dad's favourite. Is that really your favourite Bon Jovi song, Dad? Wow. I thought your favourite was Living on the Prayer. But I'll continue this live stream for a bit longer, but in a few minutes, I probably will conclude this. It took me 20 minutes to talk about all of that. Had a lot to mention. But I'm trying to think if I've got anything else worth mentioning about Bon Jovi. Well, I haven't really got. I was going to mention something about listening to the albums, the order to listen to them in. I'm not 100% sure the order to listen to them in. I think the first one I heard all the way through though was Lost Highway, which my dad now has on vinyl. Have the drink while you're there.
So you had a signed picture of him or something.
Well, I think there's a signed picture of Bon Jovi. I'm not sure if it is signed or it's photocopy, but it's in the orangery.
I'll go find it. I thought we lost it in the move. I think it might be in there.
Then I'll have a drink and I'll go ahead and conclude this after I show you that picture. Very funny. Very funny. You put living with apostrophe. Very good. I found that quite funny. But yeah, I enjoyed listening to all those Bon Jovi albums. I only heard a few of them this year, but I've heard all of them over a number of years.
I forgot about Keep the Faith. That's a great song as well.
A great album.
This is what you've got.
Yeah.
Keep the Faith signed. I'm not sure whether
I believe it's signed.
I believe it is signed. You might have a certificate at the back.
I don't know.
But yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Let's put that back on the wall.
I got that for my birthday a few years ago.
Needs another frame because look at the back of it. It's a bit floppy. It's not standing up.
Can I have a drink?
We'll have to do something with that.
Thank you. I'll make a clean this.
I'm glad you got my I'll Be There For You in there.
Yeah, that's your favourite song of all time.
Yeah. And
But, yeah.
I'll put that up somewhere or get a new stand for it. All right. Let you finish off.
Yeah, I'll be concluding in a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just check if they're going to be getting any more comments or anything. Let's see. Oh yeah, the album cover "Slippery When Wet" was originally going to be a different album cover. One that was going to be a bit controversial, and because of that they had to change it last minute to the album cover you see, which was a bin bag, and John Bon Jovi wrote on the bin bag "Slippery When Wet." So we had to get quite creative with the album cover. And I might as well say what my favourite Bon Jovi album cover is. I don't actually know. So I'll go ahead and conclude this once I reveal my top three Bon Jovi album covers. To be honest, I'd struggle to do a top three. I might just reveal my favourite. Hmm. Yeah, I think it might be Lost Highway. I just like its simplicity. I think it's just a really cool looking album cover, just the car we're driving on the highway. It goes well with the music listened to and the title track Lost Highway. So yeah, that would probably be my favourite. Yeah, that would be my favourite Bon Jovi album cover. But yeah, I'll go ahead and conclude the live stream here. I've got 6 people watching now, so I might as well stay on for 1 more minute in case someone wants to put a comment in the chat. Maybe have a question about Bon Jovi that I could answer, like the album cover. The Slippery When Wet. Well, that wasn't a question though. But yeah, I'll stay on for a little bit longer just to see if we can get anything else in the chat. The next week on my channel, I'll be having 2 videos uploaded. I decided to do that for next week because I'm not sure how many views both those videos are going to get, so I thought I'd do them both in 1 week in case neither of them don't get that many views. So it's Tom and Gina. Hello to Tom and Gina, wherever they are. But yeah, I'll probably conclude it in the next 30 seconds. I watched the film Red One today. I thought it was very good. I was expecting to think it was just all right. But yeah, I actually thought it was really good. I thought it was quite funny. Yeah, I thought it was just a nice fun time at the movies. But yeah, I'll go ahead and conclude the live stream here. I enjoy ranking the Bon Jovi albums, and again, that was a respectful comment. Just put a respectful comment in the comments below if you want. Whether it's on Bon Jovi, whether it's not, but as long as it's respectful, I don't really mind. But ideally, I want it to be something relevant to music or Bon Jovi, though. I don't think so, Dad. But yeah, I'll go ahead and conclude this here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, peace out, peace and love. Until then, until the next video or live stream, ciao.